Sorry, we just had a quick technical difficulty. So it can be easy to fall into the trap of trying to be really busy whilst at home, or feeling the pressure to be productive and learn new skills. And whilst it's great to explore new hobbies, be creative and use this time to improve your knowledge, it's equally important to rest and to just be, and to overcome your feelings of guilt, shame, sadness and worry as best you can. Last week we thought about how we start our day. I hope you've been able to implement some of these suggestions and found them beneficial. You can watch last week's video by visiting our channel. We also looked at what we can and can't change and realised it's draining, unhelpful and more stressful to try and control what we can't. So we should try and focus on something more productive instead. Today we're looking at stress. Stress is a natural and common response. It's something that everyone feels at times and in different ways. Stress is the body's reaction to feeling threatened or under pressure. There are all kinds of stressful situations that can be part of daily life. Low-level stress can even be helpful or motivational to help us achieve things in our daily life and help us meet the demands of home, work and family life. Sometimes we think more clearly, rationally or productively with low-level stress. But too much stress, left unchanged for too long, can interfere with our lives and make us ill. It can negatively affect our mood, our body and our relationships, especially when it feels out of our control. It can make us feel anxious and irritable and affect our self-esteem. The stress bucket This highlights how we experience stress and how to address our stress levels, a key part of looking after our well-being. The size of your stress bucket reflects how vulnerable you are to stress. Factors such as your unique life experiences and environmental impact, how large or small it is. The larger your stress bucket, the more demands and stress you can cope with. For me personally, I'm a visual learner, so I thought this could help to explain it a bit better. So we have two jugs here, which you can hopefully see. There we go. So if you imagine this is the stress and demands of everyday life that are going into our stress bucket. So this is our stress bucket here. This smaller glass holds less stress and demands and therefore can cope with less before overflowing, whereas this larger glass reflects a much bigger stress bucket, which can hold more demands and could be argued as being more resilient. Common sources of stress can range from big life changes, like what we're currently experiencing, to everyday factors in our lives, such as making the dinner. Even positive events, such as a new job or a baby, can cause stress. I'd like you to just take some time to draw a bucket, like this one. You can be a bit more creative if you've got the skills. And then empty everything that's currently in your head into the stress bucket. So these droplets represent all the demands and stresses that are going into our stress bucket. So just in this space here, write down all the stresses and demands that you're currently facing. We're just going to give you a minute to do that. Hi to those that are watching. I'm just trying to check the comments. Hi Charlotte, hi Lawrence, hi Emily. Great to have you here from Australia. And we've got someone from Kuwait as well. Hello. Okay, so once you've written down those things, around the edge of your stress bucket, so in this space around the edge, I'd just like you to write down some of your coping strategies. So this could be whatever you do to cope with stress, or to minimise the stress, or to escape or avoid the stress. Again, I'm just going to allow you a bit of time to write down those. Hi to Tom, who's watching from Blackpool, and we've got someone from Jerusalem as well. Hi Kerry, over in South Africa. Thank you for joining us, guys. So these healthy coping methods and strategies that you might have written down act as a tap, and they can let out the stress and stop it from overflowing. Unhealthy coping strategies can block the tap, and that causes the stress to build up, and over time the stress bucket becomes so full that it overflows or bursts. This is similar to an emotional outburst or breakdown. Hopefully this can help to show what I've been talking about. So thinking back to last week, have a look at what you've written down on your stress bucket and think about what can I change and control, and what can't I change or control and need to just accept for now. Try to replace some of your unhealthy coping strategies with some more helpful methods. I'd also like you to consider if you have a support network around you to help you achieve this. So 2 really practical ways to deal with stressful situations are to plan ahead and to split up big tasks. We can't plan for everything, and sometimes things happen which are unexpected. But if we plan as best we can for upcoming stressful days or events, we can be more prepared and react in healthier ways to stress triggers. For example, making a to-do list, or pre-planning the route for a journey you need to take, or packing things the night before. These are small actions that can really help. And secondly, splitting up big tasks. Often stress can stem from feeling overwhelmed. If a task seems overwhelming and difficult to start, try breaking it down into easier pieces and give yourself credit for completing them. And as we mentioned last week, it's important to celebrate your achievements, no matter how small. You can also try using a stress ball. These keep our hands busy and distracted, as well as boosting blood circulation and alleviating stress and tension through gripping and releasing them. Something which can help us to cope better with stress and have a bigger stress bucket that can tolerate more demands is to build our resilience. Resilience is a complex concept, referring to your capacity to handle environmental difficulties, demands, and high pressure without experiencing negative effects. Resilience can be learnt, and as we develop, we increase the range of strategies available to us during hard times. Some things we can be doing right now to build resilience, which are also good coping strategies, are to help and support others. This can be physically through shopping for them, collecting prescriptions, phoning those who may be lonely, or perhaps you can pop a bear in your window for those who are able to go on their daily walk to do a bear hunt. That's something that folk in England are doing. You can also maintain a daily routine. At the minimum, try to wake up at the same time, get dressed and have regular meals and hydrate. Take a break from social media, the news, and practice self-care by doing things that make you happy. This helps to take the edge off your stress. Simple things such as having a relaxing bath, listening to music, reading a book, spending time with friends and family on FaceTime, or doing something you enjoy can help distract your mind and give you a much needed break from the stress in your life. Focus on goal setting and problem solving to develop a more positive outlook. Make sure that you are setting SMART goals. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. You need to set goals that will motivate you, not dishearten you. Okay. SMART goals are like stepping stones across a river to get to the other side. So this is our person here. These are our SMART goals, and then this is our overall aim. So for example, trying to be more positive. A SMART goal for this could be to wake up and say one thing you are grateful for or that you appreciate in your life every day until the start of May. This is specific and clear to understand what you are aiming to do. It's measurable, as it's one thing you need to tell yourself. It's achievable, as it's only one thing each day. It's relevant to trying to be more positive, and it's time-bound as it's every day until the end of May, so you're working towards something. You can then evaluate at the end of April and see if it's made you feel more positive and adjust it accordingly. Perhaps you want to change the goal slightly to texting someone in the morning each day, telling them how much they mean to you so that you can spread the positivity. Another thing to build resilience right now is to improve your self-awareness and reflection to gain understanding of your emotions and triggers. Spending time now focusing on your mental health is a great way to start achieving this. Allow for making mistakes and avoid eliminating all risk. This can also help with letting go of control. We can learn more from failure than success. So don't let it stop you, because making mistakes builds character. And when we learn from it, we become more resilient. And finally, accept that change is part of living and try to see it as an opportunity. We have a great opportunity right now to pull together as a global community and support one another, to enjoy a slower pace of life, to work on our mental health and build healthy habits that will equip us. 2 more coping strategies we want to share with you this week are to try and stay active and to laugh more, just like that. Every time you're physically active, whether you take a walk, do a home workout, or play some sport in your garden, your body releases mood-boosting chemicals called endorphins. Exercising not only melts away stress, it also protects against heart disease by lowering your blood pressure, strengthening your heart muscle, and helping maintain a healthy body weight. Being active also helps you to burn off negative energy. Another thing which releases endorphins is to smile and laugh. You're allowed to be happy and laugh during this time. It doesn't mean you aren't taking coronavirus seriously or that you don't care, so allow yourself to be happy and laugh as much as you can. Last week, as one of our coping strategies, we suggested you try to focus on 5 things you can see, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can touch, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. We're now going to do a breathing exercise which will focus on our senses. So I'd just like to encourage you to close your eyes if you're comfortable doing so. Sit in a comfortable upright position with your feet planted flat on the ground. Rest your hands on your thighs and practice the box breathing we did last week. If this is new to you, just take a deep breath in, counting to 4 in your head, 2, 3, 4, and holding it for 4 seconds, 2, 3, 4, and slowly exhaling for 4 seconds, 2, 3, 4, and then relaxing for 4 seconds, 2, 3, 4, and repeating this at your own relaxed pace. Concentrate on each part of your breath, the inhale, exhale, and space in between. As you continue breathing, we're going to bring awareness to each of your 5 senses, one at a time. Focus on each of the senses as we go through them and think about how each sense is being activated in that moment. First, we'll think about hearing. Begin to notice all the sounds around you. Try not to question the sounds, just notice them. They are not good or bad, they just are. Sounds might be internal, like breathing or digestion. Sounds might be close by or more distant. Are you now hearing more than you were before you started? You may begin to notice subtle sounds you did not hear before. Perhaps you can hear nature around you or the sound of your own breathing. Now shift your attention to notice the smells of your environment. Maybe you smell food. You might become aware of the smell of trees or plants if you're outside. You might notice the smell of books or paper. Now we're going to focus on taste. You might notice an aftertaste of a previous meal or drink. You may even become more aware of your tongue in your mouth, your saliva and your breath as you inhale and exhale. We have tastes in our mouth that often go unnoticed. You can run your tongue along your teeth and inside of your lips and your cheeks to help you become more aware. As you continue taking deep breaths in and out, bring your attention to the sensations of skin contact with where you are sitting, your clothing, and your feet on the floor. You can notice the pressure between your feet and the floor, or your body and what you're sitting on. You can observe temperature like the warmth or coolness of your hands or feet. And now just slowly open your eyes and observe your surrounding and notice the colours, shapes and textures. If you really look, you may notice things that have gone unnoticed previously. Try and do this once or twice a week to become more aware of your surroundings. It also makes us aware of our bodies, and it can help to calm us down and keep us grounded. I hope you enjoyed that and found it therapeutic. So in today's session, we've looked at some of the things which can cause us stress, what our current coping strategies are, and how we can improve those and build resilience. Next week, we'll be looking at the importance of sleep and how to maintain our well-being. Before we finish, I just wanted to share a final thought. The team and I have seen a lot of posts telling us to be grateful once quarantine is over and to appreciate everything when we have the freedom to again. We just want to challenge this. Why not do these things right now? Have a more positive mindset now. Appreciate what you have now. Be grateful. The changes you want to make in your life once the coronavirus has passed, why not work on those things right now? Thanks for joining us again today. We hope you found it useful and we look forward to seeing you again next week. Just going to have one final check on the comments. Oh, that's great. Hi Nat, thank you for joining us. Fantastic. So please do get in touch using our social media or email if you have anyone you know or if you yourself are struggling and you'd like to find out more information. Otherwise, we'll see you next week at the same time. Take care and stay safe.